Good morning. Here we are on chapter 8. So I understand last week, exercise 8.6, the video and audio was kind of cutting out back and forth. I'm going to maybe try to get back and fix that a little bit later. Exercise 8.6, though, however, was using the date and time and in the arithmetic model. So I'll try to put 8.6 back up here, and I'll let you know if I've been able to do that. In the meantime, we're going to continue on with exercise 8.10. And you're going to see I have 8.10 started here, and you're going to need to open up from your downloaded files a file titled Cookie Crunch. I like Cookie Crunch, that's good cereal. So I'm going to blow this up and get this started here. So let's talk a little bit about what 8.10 is going to deal with. And it starts talking about creating nested functions. Now we worked with nested functions a little bit back before we left, maybe chapter 5 or chapter 6. And nested functions are just a function inside of a function. And so in this exercise, we're going to use an argument inside of another function. The if function is the function that's often used when nesting, as well as functions like the round, which we learned earlier in this chapter. So with this file open, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I want you to click on cell C6. Okay, now, you don't see it when you click on it, but I want you to look in the formula bar. So what C6 is assuming we're going to give a 5% increase every month. So as the weather gets warmer, we're going to expect to give a 5% increase in sales, if we want to use the word sales, or maybe in hourly rates or whatever, because it's going to get busier selling ice cream throughout the year. So we're going to increase the sales of the, well actually here's what it is, of the ice cream pie. So we're hoping that as the year goes on and it gets warmer, more people will want to buy the ice cream pie, and it's hard to guess, so what we do is we just go with a 5% increase. So if you look at this formula here, it's B6, which is 20, times 105%. So the 100 is 20, and then the actual 5% now is going to be the 1, and they add them together and it makes it 21, right? So then 5% of 21 is 1.05, so that's why March goes up 0.05, and again April is another 1.05, and it adds it and continues down the line. So now let's go ahead and go to cell H11, and we're going to click the insert function button, or the F of X button, which can be found on our toolbar. Just an easy way to open up the insert function dialog box. In the selected category, choose math and trig. And we're going to go down to the R or round. I could type in the letter R and it jumps me down to the R's, and I'm looking for round. All right, and I'll click OK, and it opens up the round function dialog box. Now I'm going to move this dialog box just a little bit out of our way so we can see what we're doing as we work. In the number argument box, you will nest the sum function. With the insertion point in the number box, click the arrow for the name box. Okay, so that's going to be right up here. The insertion point is in the number box, and now we're going to click the arrow for the name box. This is the name box up here, and we're going to choose sum. So again, Excel's going to assume we want to sum H6 to H10. It shows it is nested in the round function, and the sum function is bold. Now, so going back to that, so here is the sum function, right, nested inside of the round. So if we go up to the formula bar and we click in the word round, you'll see then down here we go back to the round function. So when we were over on the sum part, so it's the sum of H6 to H10 being rounded. Now, as the number of digits choice, in the second part of the dialog box, we're going to key a 0. If I get rid of that and you take a look, it's 1.366897. You can see that right here. But if I put a 0 in there, it rounds the 0.689 up to 137. Go ahead and click OK. And this is our answer. We can use the fill box from cell H11 and drag it to the left to cells G11, from B11 to G11. So here, again, we have nested a formula. Again, I think the easiest way to think about it is we've added all these together right here, and they equaled 136.68, and then we rounded it. So we added it and then rounded it. And if you look at the formula, there's the nested function. Added here and then rounded. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's the completion of 810. You're going to need this file open while we move on to exercise 8-11.